originated by Mortler Adler a long, long time ago, several hundred years ago, about developing the whole child. So what's different, unique about Barret is that we focus on learning in all environments. Our teachers do not stand up in front of the room and just lecture. There's not a lot of didactic instruction. It's more coaching. 70% of our day is spent on coaching.
But it is new in this part of the world. It's new to Shreveport. And right now, Barret Paideia Academy is the only Paideia partner school in the state of Louisiana.
That is one of the things that's kind of helped us develop the whole child, with the communication skills, with the social interaction, with the hands-on approach.
If you knew these teachers and these kids, you'd be proud of them automatically, but you also understand how that gets translated into higher test scores. In other words, these kids are learning how to think critically, they're learning how to read with real focus, they're learning how to write. All of these things, of course, will become even more important with the Common Core State Standards. But for now, it is a true celebration of what they've accomplished. Their test scores have gone up in a dramatic fashion, not just because of the efforts of the teachers, there is that of course, but also the efforts of the kids, and we like to think, in part, because they have been learning how to think critically and creatively.
That we've really focused on test data and student data cards. We've analyzed that data on a monthly basis, providing interventions and remediation, even enrichment for students based on the data that we've collected. I'm using everything from dibbles to benchmark assessments to just even teacher-made classroom assessments. It's just not sitting back and taking lecture like it was so many years ago when I was in school. And it provides them an opportunity to learn to work together and communication skills that will benefit them into middle school and high school and for the rest of their lives.
Paideia is preparation for the test and for life after the test. It's all those tests that these kids will face when they're 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 years old.
As you can see, Barret Paideia Academy has been busy for the last 3 years. We look forward to many, many more years as a Paideia partner school. Okay, now we're going to look at a student's perspective, and we're going to have some students come and share some of the things that they love most about coming and participating at Barret as a Paideia school. First, we have Michaela Mays.
I like our Paideia projects when you get. I like our Paideia projects because you get to learn about insects and have fun. I like when me and my friend Darian got to do a research on butterflies.
Elijah Jacobs is a third grader.
The reason I like the Paideia project is when we get to do the dioramas, and dioramas are shoebox activities that they get to learn where habitats are, animals, and places that they're talking about with habitats and insects and lots of nature.
And now we have Cora Burton, who's a fourth grader.
What I like about Paideia projects is when we do the greeted triangle and when we do 1 grain of rice.
And last, we have Haley Leslie, who is our Student of the Year this year.
What I like about seminars is that we get to talk about whatever we feel, and we don't have anybody else telling us that we can't say, and we don't have to raise our hand to ask a question.
morning when I got up, boys and girls, I was 1,000 miles away. And I got on a plane at 7 a.m. and flew from where I live in North Carolina to a big city, Atlanta, Georgia. And I ran through the airport because I didn't want to miss my next plane. And I, thank goodness, caught that plane so I could fly here and be here with you this afternoon. And I came all that way because I wouldn't miss this for the world. What you and your teachers and your parents and your other friends have done in the last 3 years is something remarkable. Over here to my left and to your right is a banner. In a minute I'm going to walk over there and unfold that banner so that you can see it. And when I do, I want you to realize that there is a way in which this banner belongs to each and every one of you. It would be nice if you could all take it home. But there's only one banner. But it's going to hang in this school, I hope, for many, many years. And every time you come back here to visit, every time you come to school here in the fall, hopefully many of you, everybody except the 5th graders, will be back next year. You'll see this banner hanging in the hallway outside the office, and you'll know that it represents something. It's a symbol of all that you have accomplished. So let me unfold it, and then I want to come back and tell you a little bit more about it. It says that as of this date, Barret Paideia Academy is a partner Paideia school. And what that means is that for many of us who work at universities and write books and travel around the country doing training, Paideia exists as an idea, but it doesn't necessarily exist in the real world unless all of you make it real. And what's happened at Barret in the last few years is that you've taken this idea, the idea that all children can learn, the idea that all children can think at a very high level, the idea that all children can communicate clearly and successfully, the idea that we can create a school that is very rigorous, which is a big adult word that means hard, and at the same time, all children can be successful. And what you've done here with the help of your teachers is prove that that's true. And because of that, around the country, there are a lot of people who don't believe us, who don't believe me, who don't believe Dr. Hood, who don't believe you, that this is possible. And so in the future, because Barret is a partner Paideia school, that means that people like that can come here and see it in the real world. They can see how smart you are. They can hear how intelligent you are. They can see the things you're able to do with your minds. And when I say that, I say people from all over the United States and beyond will come here to see how successful you are. A minute ago, Ms. Harwell talked about that this was a 3-year journey. How many of you were in 5th grade graduation this morning? A lot of times we call graduation a commencement, which is another big word for means it starts something, it doesn't end something. Well, this is a kind of commencement ceremony for Barret Paideia Academy. Because what we're about to begin is the next step in our journey together. Meaning that we're going to continue to prove to people from around the country and from around the world that it's possible to have a school that is dedicated to thinking and communication and to have all students be successful. In doing that, I want to recognize three people in particular. One is Dr. Joanne Hood. Let's give her a round of applause. She's busy giving somebody a hug, or she'd applaud that. The other two people I want to mention, it's not really fair in a sense, because as I said before, I wish each of you could take the banner home. I wish I could call each of you by name. We don't have all that much time, because I understand there are refreshments for later. But I should also mention Beth Vedder and Cassie Harwell. Give them a round of applause as well. Because they, along with every other adult in the room, has been involved in making this dream a reality. The last thing I'd like to say before I get out of the way and let the fun part begin is that in saying that this is a commencement, it recognizes the hard work from the last 3 years, but it also is about where we're going to go next. And in the future, education is changing. This is going to mean more to your teachers than it does to you. But education is changing because of something called the Common Core State Standards. And that sounds awfully significant, and in a way it is, but for us it's good news. Because for the last 3 years we've been learning how to do seminars, we've been learning how to read and write at a higher level, we've been learning how to think critically, and in a way, we're ahead. The rest of the world now is going to have to catch up with you. And I take particular delight in thinking about how all of you, students and adults alike, are about to become very, very important leaders in education. When you go home this afternoon, whether you're a student or an adult, I want you to tell the people you live with just how important you are. And right now, I want you to signify that to each other by giving yourselves a round of applause. You deserve this.
During the 3 years that we went through this process, we really had a lot of support and encouragement by the National Paideia Center. Dr. Terry Roberts was here a couple of occasions to help us during this transition, and then he was also there leading the professional development that Ms. Harwell, Ms. Vedder, and I attended. Also, Dr. Laura Billings is the one that many of you probably remember. She was here on campus a lot for those 3 days, 2 to 3 days we did before each school year, and she would come at least once a month to make sure that we were learning Paideia the correct way. We did have a little gift for Dr. Laura, and we're going to send that to her at the Paideia Center, but at this time I would like to present Dr. Terry Roberts with a plaque that says, presented to the National Paideia Center for their support and encouragement during our journey into becoming a Paideia partner school. And it has the name of our school with today's date with Shreveport, Louisiana. Thank you, Dr. Roberts. At this time, too, I'd like to recognize a few folks that slipped in to join us this morning. First of all, we have Dr. Mary Nash Robinson from the school board office. And our wonderful area director, Ms. Cooper Connect, came in. And Mr. Victor, see, I can never say your last name right. Monero from Communications Department of the school board office. Is there anybody else that slipped in that I missed? Okay, boys and girls, we're really proud of you and the work that you've done learning seminars and with your projects. And teachers, I know at this time it's going to be a little bit crazy, but we have cakes for everybody. I know, it's exciting. What we're going to do, yeah, you can clap for the cake. Yay, cake. All right, so teachers and folks that are non-homeroom teachers, if we will all file out this door as you're directed. The cake's already cut, it's already got forks. You can take it back to your classrooms and enjoy it, okay? All right, everybody.